Hi guys, I'm back. It is now in the afternoon, and just to give you a quick overview, I made my way through as much of the Italian section or the old school section of town as I possibly could. There are still some areas I didn't get to, but I did make it down a good part of the main part of that area. A good part of it starts on 9th Street, and eventually I'll follow up and I'll get a chance to do a follow-up on what the main cross streets are, but pretty much you're going down 9th Street. I started off Broad Street, which is sort of like the main street that leads downtown to the City Hall area, and I walked down and made my way to 9th Street and just started walking, and it just got old school really fast. You've got open air markets, you've got cheese shops, you have charcuterie, you've got salami, you've got just everything, fresh meats, fruits, vegetables. It just has a really old world flavor to the whole place. Very diverse, very eclectic. It was super quiet when I first started this morning, when I made the very first video, and I was having an espresso to get my day started, and I just waited for the shops to open. What I did do is, this is a combination thing. It's not only exploring Philadelphia, but I'm still a foodie. I still want to dive headlong into as much food as I possibly can, but I'm still trying to stay keto. So I'm kind of in the wrong town for doing this, but I'm going to try it anyway. So what I have done is I made it to a few different places. I made it to some shops and picked up some oils, some flavored oils. So I'm actually having those shipped back home because it's going to be too much, to take on the plane. So I'm arranging to have some things shipped back. But in the meantime, for food, we're about to have lunch, so I'm actually going to break my fast right now. And I went to a few places down 9th Street, so in no particular order. Well, let me back up. Actually, yes. The first place for a restaurant, as far as places to sit down and eat, I got this to go because I wanted to be able to get back to my room and really relax and just kind of sample everything. So I had a rideshare person who picked me up, and we had a really wonderful discussion about food in the area. And the really great thing is everybody is very opinionated about food here, which is actually very exciting because I'm getting a lot of really terrific recommendations from people about places to go, because I'm not a really touristy person. So the point is, one of the things that was recommended to me was to go to a place called Ralph's, which is also in the same section of town. So what I did was I got some food to go. So we're actually going to try this together. This will be my first time sampling everything. And again, I'm trying to do keto. I would love nothing more than to go to an authentic Italian restaurant and get fresh made pasta. I would love to do that. But I gotta stick with keto. I'm gonna try to keep it honest and still have a good time eating my food. So what I've done instead is I got an order of meatballs and I got an order of broccoli rabe. So we're gonna try that first. These are the meatballs. And please don't have pasta with it. Please just let it be meatballs. We're gonna try this. Okay, it comes with 2 large meatballs. And I'm not sure, I should have asked if it's marinara or what type of sauce this is, but I know they don't call it sauce. People get insulted about that. It's called gravy. So we're going to try meatballs with gravy. We're going to try this. Here we go. And also, I'm going to get better at this. I'm going to make a point of asking exactly what types of ingredients go into these types of dishes, but it's absolutely wonderful. The thing I really appreciate about it, which can sometimes happen with restaurant food, is sometimes you end up with food that's very salty, and sometimes salt turns into a substitute for flavor. That's not happening with this. It's absolutely wonderful. It's a very solid meatball. It doesn't have a lot of fillers or breads or anything in it. It's extremely tasty. It tastes really good. It isn't overly sweet. It's very savory. The gravy is very good. It's a tomato base. It's absolutely wonderful. I'm extremely happy. I'm also getting a really strong flavor of Parmesan in here. Very likely it's like maybe a pork and beef combination for the meat. And definitely the taste of Parmesan that's mixed in with the meatball. It's Absolutely wonderful. Next, we're going to try the broccoli rabe, because I'm definitely going to try to keep some balance and work in some veggies in with all of this food that I'm eating. So I'm going to try the broccoli rabe. And it looks like a very simple saute of the broccoli rabe, and definitely some chunks of garlic mixed in with it. So here we go. It's really good, very simply done. You really get the flavor. It isn't overly cooked, so it isn't mushy. You still get the flavor. It's still nice and green and bright and fresh looking. And there's a little bit of red pepper on the back end. It's actually very good. So we're going to keep on moving. So in addition to Ralph's for the restaurant, there are specialty markets. I'm a sucker for specialty markets. Nothing makes me much happier than a specialty market. So I tried to get to as many specialty markets as I could. Among the ones that I went to, there is one place called De Bruno Brothers. And the thing that excites me about this place, it's a small place. A lot of these places are kind of small. They might be long and narrow, but they pack a lot into them. And I'm going to try to post photos on Facebook as much as possible. But the thing that really caught my attention at De Bruno Brothers is what's these items that are called peppersciutos with prosciutto. They look gorgeous. I was immediately intrigued, and I'm going to try to pull this out and show it to you. It is a small pepper, and on the inside it has a cube of mozzarella wrapped in prosciutto and then stuffed into a small pepper. I couldn't resist, and I have 3 of them. They were $12.99 a pound, so I probably paid a little over $5 because I wanted to get a sample, and if they're really that good, I will absolutely go back and do more, but I couldn't resist. Definitely keto friendly, every single thing about this, so I couldn't resist. So here we go. Might be messy. Okay. Pepper has a bit of kick. It's very firm and crunchy, kind of like a, what do they call it, pepperoncini pepper. It's shaped like a small green tomato. It's crunchy, it's firm, and it has a bit of kick. It's got some heat to it. Not overwhelming. It's actually quite good. And if I'm not mistaken, this thing was so juicy. Hold on. Actually got a bit of juice on the screen. How about that? It's actually very good. Definitely has a peppery kick. This would probably be really good to accompany a salad. So I'm going to save these. A lot of what I'm getting out of it, at least right now, and I probably have to bite into it again to get a little more balance to it, but I'm getting a lot of the pepper out of it. It's not overwhelming, but it would actually be really good, I think, better with a salad. So we're going to move on. But it's actually very good. And I can definitely see this, like if you're doing a brunch, or if you want a nice side dish or a nice thing for people to pick up and go and eat with, it's a really nice thing to do. Next is another place called Claudio's. Really cute spot. Again, it's a long, narrow space. I did get a chance to get some photos. And what I did from there is I picked up some Parma prosciutto, which is very nice and buttery. Got a little bit of that because I just want to be able to nibble on it while I'm here. Also, I asked them for recommendations for olives. So I actually ended up getting, it's like a mixture of olives. So I'm going to try those. Also, I picked up an aged Gouda called Prima Donna. It just so happens by the time I made my way back to the store, the place was packed. It's Saturday, it's busy, shoppers and everyone is there. It was very busy. So the lady next to me was actually asking for Prima Donna. I didn't know what it was, but I'm listening in. And the gentleman helping her was giving out samples, so I got a chance to try it, and it is beautiful. It's kind of sharp, but it's not overwhelming or intimidating, but it's creamy. It's really good. Turns out it's an aged Gouda, and it's called Prima Donna. It's really good. So I got a sliver of that. I also have some marinated mozzarella. My rideshare driver recommended not only Ralph's, but he also recommended marinated mozzarella, so we're going to try that. I also have a ball of fresh mozzarella. So I'm going to try a combination of things to snack on. So I'm going to try a bit of the prosciutto, a bit of the fresh mozzarella, and some olives. So here we go. I like Parma prosciutto because it's very creamy, very buttery. It's really good. So I'm going to try this with an olive. I'm going to pick this large black olive first. My guess is it probably has a seed in it, or a pit, so we'll see what happens. It has a pit, but it's really good. The nice thing is, this isn't super salty. I really like that. Olives that are really salty can be a little overwhelming for me. A little goes a long way, but I'm really liking this. Next, a bit of prosciutto. Really nice. And a bit of fresh mozzarella. I like going to specialty shops, and I'm really happy to take advantage of going to places like this. This is mozzarella. Because I like the idea of being able to get an idea of what something really should taste like, so that when I go back home or from other places, I have something by which to compare it. Mozzarella is very creamy, kind of stringy. Mozzarella, I think, has a very mild flavor, neutral flavor on its own, so it pairs really well with all of this stuff. That's really nice. If I'm not mistaken, this is pretty much everything with the exception of the Gouda, so we're going to try that as well. Oh, actually, I take that back. The Gouda, and then we're going to try a bit of this marinated mozzarella. I'm looking forward to trying this. With the mozzarella, I think it's really good on the back end. Because as you're eating it, you start to taste more of it. Up front, when I first ate it, I wasn't really picking up on the taste of it, but as I ate more of it, I started tasting it more. So, another bit of prosciutto. This time I'm going to try a smaller green olive. Has a pit. That one's a little saltier, the little green one. I'm going to try a pinch of this aged Gouda with it. And once I start making my way around these olives, probably what I'll end up doing is the aged Gouda. It's called Prima Donna. It's really good. I think this could turn into like a new cheese. So if I'm doing keto and I just want cheese to eat, I could definitely see adding this. It's really good. And I bet you this would be absolutely amazing in a quiche. Or if you just definitely want a punch of cheese and you really want to be able to taste it, this would be really good. But I think that's everything. So thank you guys. The next thing I'm going to attempt to tackle, and it's an entirely different subject, is here in Philadelphia, there is a major debate. I'm going to try really hard to get to the bottom of where's the best place to get a Philly cheesesteak, and that I'm discovering is an entirely different subject altogether. I may or may not get to the bottom of it, but we're going to see. So thanks you guys very much for everything, and I'll try to get you an update as soon as I can. Bye-bye.